Hello, and welcome to another episode of Video Game Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about Loop Hero on the Nintendo Switch. And the first thing that I want to get out of the way, sort of the elephant in the room with this one, if there was an award for the best game with the presentation with the least appeal, it would probably be Loop Hero for the win. I personally enjoy the presentation, I'm not knocking it at all, but I can certainly understand even old school gamers looking at this and going, meh, pass. But I'm telling you, the gameplay is pretty unique and very compelling, and it took me, I think, over 55 hours to finally finish this game, and I absolutely loved it. I wasn't really like I get with a lot of JRPGs, which I've mostly stopped playing, where I'm just like, okay, when are they going to wrap it up? Are we there yet? That sort of thing. I did not have that experience at all with this game, and it was 55 hours. So I love this game, and it goes in my pile of favorite games on the Switch. Basically, the game is a roguelite in that you keep doing runs, you keep going on runs on randomly generated maps, but the permanent progress of the roguelite genre, it comes in the form of upgrading your town in between runs. And then, in turn, upgrading your town helps you on future runs, and helps you unlock 2 additional character classes, additional resources, etc. So, what's the gameplay on the actual runs like? Okay, so this is where Loop Hero gets a little weird, which, by the way, it is. So, the runs are basically a looped track. It's a single screen. It's one screen with a looped track. The track is randomly generated, and your hero just walks around it in a circle. That's it. You don't control his movement. Well, you can make him stop or go. That's it. And you don't control his combat with the enemies that spawn along this track periodically. The only things that you do control is what you equip him with, and thereby his stats. You can lay tiles on the board, which do things such as spawn enemies, spawn treasure, spawn something that helps you in battle, etc. And you can occasionally select what perks you get when you level up. I know that the description of the gameplay may be confusing or sound not very exciting or interesting at all, but this was one of the most addictive and enjoyable games I've played on my Switch, period. Definitely somewhere probably in the top 10. Top 15 guaranteed, but probably top 10. And even the top 15, just for reference, is, it's like, oh, top 15, how good is that? That's a lot of games, not compared to the number of Switch games that I've played. So anyway, you can pick up and play a run. You can save and exit in the middle of a run if you need to. So it can be great for short gameplay sessions, but I particularly enjoyed it as a game to unwind to while I relaxed in the evening before bed. It gives the player some amount of control over how hectic it becomes, because you can tell your hero to stop his movement at any moment to manage inventory or just kind of plan out how you want to proceed. And there's a risk and reward mechanic that is pretty critical to the game. Every time you complete a loop, you regain some health, but also the enemies level up. So, at the end of each loop, you have the opportunity to keep going for another loop or go back to the village. If you go back to the village, at the end of a lap around the loop, you keep all of the items and resources that you found. That's your permanent progress. If you die or go back to the village at any other time other than your home base when you complete a loop, you lose 70% of your items and resources. So that's 70% of your permanent progress gone. So that's the risk and reward mechanic of basically knowing when to hold them and know when to fold them. Loop Hero is $15 at regular price and completely worth that amount, in my opinion. Although it sometimes sells for about 30% off. Definitely snap it up if you see it on that kind of a sale. You know what? One other thing I want to say is yes, I get it. this game, even though like the presentation is, as I've already said, it's going to be divisive, even, but I find the gameplay really, really compelling. I do recognize that even the gameplay, even for some people that can look past the graphics, even the gameplay is not necessarily going to be for everybody. But if you're interested or you're on the fence, like 100% take the plunge, take a chance, see if you like it. I loved it. But anyways, I do think that's going to do it for this episode. I thank you for watching. Please click like and subscribe if you haven't. And click the little bell so you get notified when I drop a new video. All right, I will see you guys next time, whenever that may be. Bye-bye.